But I get interested in it in terms of like the social media algorithms, about like the shit you get shown. So if you've not watched The Social Dilemma on Netflix, I really recommend that. That's insightful. Because basically all this shit, when you think that on your Facebook page or something you see negative shit all the time, it's because you interact with it, right? So any social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, any of it, it wants to show you the shit that's going to keep you on the screen, because the longer you're on the screen, the more ads you could possibly interact with. So the more you're likely to spend money, basically. So the more ads that can be interacted, the more money they're going to make. So it's all fucking money orientated. So if you're on your social platform and like, it doesn't just notice what you like or what you watch, it notices how quick you scroll. When you pause, if you're scrolling and you pause and look, so you've not actually interacted with the photo or post like directly, you've not commented or liked it or even pressed the photo and zoomed in and looked at it, it does all that as well, but it would do it as little as if you're scrolling and you scroll slower over something. It will make a note of that because it's trying to get any fucking cue or any clue even as to how you operate, to what you like, so that it can show you more of that to keep you on the screen. So it's really fucking dangerous, because if you've gone on a couple posts about, I don't know, what was it not too long ago, the Black Lives Matter thing, or I know something to do with Trump, you know, any of that shit, I don't know, if you went on a couple posts and read some comments on it or whatever, the algorithm will then pick up like, oh, they like reading that shit, let's show them more of that shit, so then you see it more, so then you click on more of it and you see where I'm getting, it just fucking goes off and you see more and more of the negative shit. And for some reason that tends to be how things go. Like, I officially feel like I've made it now because I've got a fucking thumbs down on one of my videos. It's like I've got to be getting somewhere for someone to go out their way to put something really bad about me. But that seems to be the curve, doesn't it, in terms of like comments and posts and stuff. Like, we're a lot, I don't know why, but we're a lot more naturally likely to say the bad shit. Like, if you've had a really shit day at work, you're more than likely to go and post something about, well, today can fuck off. And then, you know, someone might comment and you have a good whinge about it, as opposed to posting saying, oh, today's been a really nice day. It's been lovely. Like, I notice it not in a bad way and not in a begrudging way, but I even noticed, like, with my podcast and my YouTube stuff, like, I've got loads of people on my fucking Facebook, people that I talk to, and I'll comment and shit, and like, if I see them in person, like, we're lovely to each other, and we'll genuinely ask like how we're getting on with family and life and how things are going and everything else. Like, and I've even got literal family on my fucking Facebook, but I get little to no interaction with my podcast and my YouTube stuff. Like, you think the people that were there and I know would want to support and be like, every time I share a post, they'll share it and, you know, really push and help, because, you know, I'm doing this to help people. Like, I want people to be able to listen to this podcast and feel better, have a different perspective like the next day, and think a little bit differently in some way that will better their lives. And that's what my YouTube channel for my fitness is for, to show people how to maintain their physical health, which has a big impact on their mental health. Like, I'm trying to be good and trying to help. Like, I'm not even just doing some really like selfish thing, which would be fine if I was. If, you know, if you've got a channel about fucking, we'll say scale electric cars, because I've got a set behind the camera, and I was like, oh, I've just got a YouTube channel about scale electric cars and how to make them go faster and all that sort of shit, or model cars, you know, just something like that. They like it. Like, it'd still be nice to share their content, because it might reach other people that share that interest. But for some reason no one does. Like I say, not begrudging, I'm not like that. I'm not here to moan. I really like, again, this is kind of what led to me starting a podcast series, because I get really interested in the why, like why people do what, why they do what they do and why they don't do what they don't. So I kind of look at that and go, that's interesting. Like, I wonder why they don't share my stuff and why not. Like, not even my stuff. Like, I know people that I'll bump into, and I'll mention, like Joe Rogan's podcast, you know, one of the biggest, it's the biggest podcast. and I'll say talk to a friend, and it'll turn out they listen to it as well, and I'm like, have you listened to this episode? So it's like, yeah, and whatnot, and you go, I've never seen anyone share anything about that. So it's just that general thing. It's just the support network for everything in general. People don't seem to go out their way to push the nice stuff, but they'll be more than happy to share that post about, that fucking guy that's been a cunt, or that bad thing that's happened, or that other negative thing, and that other just negative and bad shit seems to spread like fire. But the whole positive thing, there is a movement for it. There are people in general, like in the world, some people do, basically. Some people do. You're going to get that minority, ain't you? But I'm just saying, the majority don't. Like, again, comments, especially if anyone's like is kind of famous, in air quotes, you'll always see the cunts comment all the nasty shit, and you're like, why? Some of it, when they go out their way to be mean directly to other people, 9 times out of 10 that's just because they're not happy with their life, or they're jealous sort of thing. They're not happy seeing someone else be successful and whatnot, because obviously you're looking at them and thinking, you're getting that, I don't like my life, and I don't feel like I'm going anywhere, and I wish I could do this and do that. So when you see someone else like pushing it and doing well, you're kind of like, fuck you, man. Like, you ain't gonna make it. I haven't hit that stage yet. I'm waiting for it. That'd be cool. So yeah, there are a couple little things there for you to ponder on and think on.